The second the community actually realizes this, it's going to be game over, because the community as a whole, if they literally vacuum out those coins into their own personal wallets and just simply continued accumulating at the pace that we have been, the entire supply of Dogecoin is literally going to be the internet currency, and it's going to be off of exchanges. It'll literally be something that we'll be trading back and forth amongst ourselves. That is a nightmare for a lot of these institutions and these people who are pumping up like the big three and stuff like that. Welcome back, YouTube. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss what the probability of a bullish year for Dogecoin later this year, or what would be a bit more on the pessimist side of around 50 cents. So the range I put in this video is it probable that Dogecoin can hit 50 cents or $5? And I'm going to talk about everything that kind of engulfs this topic, which is obviously bigger than just buying, holding, or utility, but everything that kind of is responsible for the position that we're in now, the way the game is being played against Dogecoin and its manipulation, and how if we took control of that, we'll actually see some numbers that may actually surprise you. And I want to start this video by saying that I am not saying that Dogecoin would not have corrected with the market. I am saying that Dogecoin has overcorrected and is being artificially suppressed due to manipulation. I am saying that. So obviously utility for longevity and the overall strength of the coin is important. So things like Twitter would obviously do wonders. A McDonald's partnership would obviously do wonder. But a lot of these, any utility that we have on a massive level that is easily accessible to the vast majority of the holders and is at a relative price point that is beneficial for the holders will help Dogecoin and pretty much keep the transactions flowing back and forth between Dogecoin holders, which ultimately is beneficial for the health of the coin. But I do want to touch on the fact that Dogecoin is the most held crypto in the crypto market. I say this a lot, but it's very important that you keep track of this when you're talking about price action and where the price action should be versus what we're seeing. We know that over 50% of all wallets contain some Dogecoin. And we hear a lot about, oh, well, it's minting 10,000 coins per minute and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and deal with this if you have not seen the video where I broke down the math. So there's roughly around 135 billion coins right now, billion Dogecoin, right? And we know that there is roughly around 4 million wallet addresses that hold Dogecoin. Now, obviously, the amount of holders is more than this, but for mathematical purposes, we're going to use the 4 million. And we just know that the numbers are actually lower than this. So let's just say, okay, if all 4 million wallet addresses, let's just say it's 4 million holders, and they said that, hey, we want to buy all of the Dogecoin. What would that look like? Well, that would look like about 33,750 coins each, or about $2,700. That's right, $2,700 each. And there is no more Dogecoin at all, zero. The entire supply is gone. And this is something that you're saying, okay, well, it's going to be the internet currency or something like that. This is why I made the video, there's not enough Dogecoin. The price of Dogecoin would go astronomical. This is the reason why we have to get it off of exchanges, but we're going to talk about that a little later in the video. So you may be asking yourself, if there aren't that many Dogecoin and the community isn't selling, why is the price going down? Why does it appear that we are stagnant at certain times? That's great. Great question. So typically when we have these periods of uncertainty, yes, Dogecoin holders will do like most of the market, which is, okay, is there going to be the opportunity to catch some better prices if we wait on the sidelines, or should we just buy now? And typically the shorts in the position, this is the short chart that I have up here, they're waiting on any type of positive momentum or big buying sprees to come in so that they can increase the shorts. And I said this when we first got the green candle and Dogecoin shorts went above the 200-day moving average. I said, I don't believe that they have enough money, and we're possibly going to see more aggression later on to make sure that Dogecoin trends downward with the market. Otherwise, it would not budge as much, because even if the Dogecoin community is not buying, they're holding. So that would make the price pretty stagnant. And what do we have here? We have another day where the shorts relatively stay in the same position. This is pretty much stating that they cannot afford to come out of the position, because that would Dogecoin's price, once they buy back those positions, Dogecoin's price would increase. And then obviously any positive movement would have a more fluid effect on the price, and Dogecoin would rally. Can't have a green crypto in a red market. So they have to stay in this position. So this is like the second, third day in a row that shorts are right at that 200-day moving average, and they're not exiting that position. Why is that? Because they want to keep Dogecoin in the current range just in case, or pretty much when they're going to pull some further liquidation from the market, they're going to try and get Dogecoin to trend downward with the market to say, okay, well, obviously this is the entire market that's being sold off. Yes, the entire market typically does trend together, but there are certain assets that are more held than others, and they're not going to have these aggressive breakdowns unless they have a little help. And in this case, the help is these shorts. So how can Dogecoin rally and hit 50 cents or even $5? Yes, we have the integration with Twitter coming up as soon as that closes. We have the Doge one. That's another big catalyst. But how can Dogecoin combat these shorts and actually realize where it's actually supposed to be, and potentially some of those higher levels, even even up over $1? So the biggest thing that for the community is going to be removing your coins from the exchanges. Otherwise, they're going to manipulate it to kind of trend downward with the market or wherever they need it to be that's convenient for them. And in this case, this is below 10 cents because you cannot have a breakdown in Bitcoin and then Dogecoin seems to be unaffected. That's going to be a red flag. This is why I said that if we get that breakdown to Bitcoin and we go down toward that 20K range, that we're going to see some levels that will probably resemble May 2021 with these shorts in order to get Dogecoin to trend downward, because they have to, even if it's artificially, they have to have the breakdown reflect in the price action. And we give them that control by having our coins on these exchanges. The exchanges are lending our coins, and this is allowing them to manipulate the price point pretty much to wherever they want. They have access to about 82% of the entire Dogecoin supply. This is very dangerous for the momentum of the coin. But the reason I say that we can reach some of these higher levels, and the fact that even with these positive catalysts and utility coming out, is because there actually isn't enough Dogecoin to actually function as the internet currency. If we had control over our coins and Dogecoin was stepping into the fulfilling that internet currency and that utility, and we had these catalysts like the Doge one, and we actually had control, let's just say that 82%, that type of strain on the supply would cause Dogecoin to reach levels much higher than what we've seen last year. Yes, last year was a lot of speculation, a lot of trading going back and forward, and we saw a lot of whales rush into the coin and then start shorting it and doing these pump and dumps and stuff like that. But if we were to actually remove those coins from the control of these exchanges, you're going to see a lot more stability in the coin, and you're actually going to see the supply chain be stressed because if we're using it as a currency between ourselves, it's not going back into the hands of the exchanges. And if the exchanges do want to lend out all of these coins, these billions of coins, they're going to have to go in the open market and purchase them for their personal wallets and lend them out. So this is going to cause a dramatic strain on the price of Dogecoin, and we're going to be able to see a lot higher prices than what we are now and what we saw last year. The biggest issue is, 'cause I know a lot of times people say, oh, why does the crypto go up? Why does it go down? Oh, it's all supply and demand. Yes, technically, but when you have the when you have the ability to kind of influence supply and demand, even if someone hasn't sold an asset, but you can create like basically a fake sell order, you're fluctuating and you're tilting the scale of supply and demand. So now the price action that you're seeing, or that supply and demand, has been artificially influence. So now you don't really have a true idea of where the actual price is. And this is the case that we're seeing here with Dogecoin. The beauty of this is I do believe that as a community, we can remove our coins from these exchanges. And I do believe that the average amount of the holders that we have, plus the amount of money that can be put into Dogecoin, can pretty much eliminate the entire supply. I think the hedge funds and the people who are short in the whales and stuff like that, and the people who who want to have their coin be the top coin and stuff like that, I think they've already realized this. And this is one of the reasons that Elon gets a lot of pushback, and that the price of the coin, they're like, this price, the Dogecoin's price must trend downward. It must reflect with the market, is because the second the community actually realizes this, it's going to be game over. Because the community as a whole, if they literally vacuum out those coins into their own personal wallets and just simply continued accumulating at the pace that we have been, the entire supply of Dogecoin is literally going to be the internet currency, and it's going to be off of exchanges. It'll literally be something that we'll be trading back and forth amongst ourselves. That is a nightmare for a lot of these institutions and these people who are pumping up like the big three and stuff like that. Vitalik, I'm sure, is on board, the founder of Ethereum, because I saw that he made a big donation today. So I'm pretty sure he's on board. But a lot of those guys with like Bitcoin and stuff like that, they are not here for it. So this is one of the reasons that we see that these people blatantly saying, oh, I'm going to short Dogecoin. It's time to jump on Bitcoin. Literally trying to steer you toward where they want you to be. Don't be fooled by the headlines or a lot of this steering that you see that's going on in the market, or even the price action, this BS that they're manipulating the coin. Dogecoin is just getting started and it's far from over. And I know some of you are going to ask me, okay, well, where should we store our Dogecoin? I'm going to have a link to the cold wallet that I recommend in the description section so that you can purchase your wallet and be able to transfer your coins from the exchanges. I do not take this lightly, because this is an opportunity that is not available to people in the stock market. So when there's people in the stock market are getting shorted and stuff like that, they simply have to either buy all of the remaining shares or simply hope that there's some type of legislation that's going to come. We have an advantage here in the crypto market where you can actually remove your coins from the exchanges. So this is something that we have to take advantage of. And also, if you're ever wondering how you can support the channel, you can do that for free by sharing this video, liking this video, and making sure that you are subscribed to the channel. That absolutely supports the channel, and it's free for you to do so. Feel free to check out BlockFi as well. I also have a link for them in the description. You can get up to $250 in some of your favorite crypto. And yes, that's including Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And until next time.